Hey guys, welcome back to another review, and today I am reviewing Shaun of the Dead, starring Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Kate Ashfield, and Lucy Davis, and was directed by Edgar Wright, the director of Hot Fuzz, The World's End, Baby Driver, and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and this film is about a man's uneventful life is disrupted by the zombie apocalypse. Alright, so the positives are the comedic timing. All the actors, mainly Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, are the best at it. And the performances are really good. This is probably, it's not, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are very good in it. Their chemistry is excellent. Their comedic timing is also, almost perfect. And the supporting cast are really good, too. Kate Ashfield is really good in this movie. And so is Lucy Davis. She's also very good. And once again, Edgar Wright is fantastic at directing. This is one of his more calmer movies. It's not so heavily edited like Hot Fuzz or Scott Pilgrim or Baby Driver, but it definitely has his style in it. It's not as crazy as his other movies, probably because I think this was his first theatrical directorial movie. It might have been. I'm not fully sure, but I know he directed that TV show Spaced. I want to see it, but I haven't, so no comment on it. I hear it's really good, though. But, yeah, his direction here is really good. My favorite scene he directed was probably one in a bar towards the end of the movie. That entire scene is incredible, especially where they're beating a zombie with pool cues, I think it's what they're called, with this Queen song, Don't Stop Me Now, playing, and they're fighting the zombie on beat. It was easily the best scene in the movie for me. And also the backyard scene, which is probably the most iconic scene in the movie, is the backyard scene, where two zombies, or a few zombies, it's been a while since since I last seen this, where they're basically fighting a bunch of zombies and throwing record players at them and beating them with what was it, that cricket thing? It's something you use for cricket. It's a lot of fun. This movie is a lot of fun. It's basically the British Zombieland, just with a lot less hyper editing, I guess. And I really do like Zombieland, but I think I actually like this movie more than Zombieland. This movie is very well directed. Because it's Edgar Wright, and wait, I already said this, so I just can't stretch enough how good Edgar Wright is at directing, because I love all his films so far. I've seen all of them now, and I love all of them. There's not one Edgar Wright movie I hate. And this film is actually surprisingly pretty well shot. There's a lot of good shot setups, some good camera work. The action scenes are very well filmed. And this movie is probably a little more tamer when it comes to the other Cornetto trilogy movies, like Hot Fuzz, The World's End, and Shaun of the Dead. This is probably one of the more tamer ones when it comes to, if you're a zombie fan, if you're a zombie fan and you don't like gore, this movie isn't that bad when it comes to the gore. There's one scene that's pretty gory where a group of zombies rip a guy apart and you see all his insides and stuff. That's about and it's a very brief shot of it. So if you're very squeamish when it comes to zombie violence, this one is probably one of the more tamer ones I've seen. It's not as bad as Zombieland 2, or the Cockneys vs. Zombies, or any other R-rated zombie movie ever out there. It's definitely more tamer. And that's not a bad thing. Alright, now let's talk about my negatives. The negatives, I only have two. One of them is that the film gets a little dramatic, a little too dramatic at one point. And it was impactful, but I didn't really when I see a zombie comedy, I don't really want it to be very dramatic. And it's not. It's only it's one sad scene of such, but and it was really well done, with probably the best performance and best acting scene in the movie. But it, in my opinion, it felt out of left field, since the rest of the movie had a very high comedic tone. It just felt out of place. And another thing is that some of the special effects are a little dated, like the said scene where the guy's ripped apart. It looks very fake. And there are some times where the pacing could drag, it drags for a couple seconds and a couple minutes, and then it instantly picks back up. Alright, so anyway, Shaun of the Dead is probably one of my favorite horror comedies, alongside with Zombieland and Tucker and Dale versus Evil. And this is probably my favorite horror comedy. Probably, yeah, I'd say this is my favorite horror comedy. I think it's really good, and I will give Shaun of the Dead an A, and is a must-see. No, classic. Instant classic. Alright, so if you've seen Shaun of the Dead, what did you think about it? And if you like this review, give it a like. And sorry this review fell all over the place. I have no script for this one, so this is all on the top of my head. Because I don't have time to write a script for it. So, anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow.